Republic, France. Let's have a look at Bjorn Dahlen's shot, just a fraction too late. One miss, so 9 hits out of the 10 initially. Good ski speed from Oliana Bjorn Dahlen as well. We feel that on Friday, the Norwegians a little bit below par as far as their ski preparation was concerned, but they were good yesterday and they certainly look to be on form today.
And so cold at -15. It's very different waxing and preparation to what it was at -1 and snowing. Much finer structure on the base of the skis.
Are we going to see Tora Berger racing without gloves this afternoon?
Oh, probably.
Women's relay coming up later today.
As the bullet fires, there's always some cordite comes out once it's 5.4 millimeters wide, the lead part, which flies down onto the target. Then you get all this powder coming out over the next half a second or so. The exit speed of the bullet from the barrel around 540 miles an hour. It slows down towards the target over 50 meters.
Here comes Christiansen up to the 1.2 split. The margins are important. The Czech Republic were 6 seconds behind. Christiansen has opened it up a fraction, 7.8, but he looks to be skiing well within himself. The French, who've made good ground, 18.2 seconds behind, and they've cut the margin to 17.8, so nothing drastically significant. But Alexis Boeuf is a class act this season, skiing very well, shooting well, and I think France will still be confident that they can win this one. They had a first, a second and a third in the 4 races last year. Only one of the races they finished off the podium, and that's why they wear bib number 1, the yellow bib, as the World Cup winners in the relay from last year. Austria, Mike, are they starting to make ground? Still struggling to fight their way through.
In terms of time, they're not. Suman put in a great race, but he didn't actually pull much time back from the lead time, but he did move the team from 17th position up to 9th position.
And 53 behind. If they can gain 5 seconds, they gain 5 places, so still all to play for. Here are the leading 3 teams on the big climb. The crowd starting to just move out towards the stadium, and then as the race comes to its climax, most of them will drop back down the hill towards the stadium area.
I think in terms of World Cup racing, this is one of the longest single climbs that we have on the World Cup Tour. From the bridge to this high point, we're raising a level of some 35 meters in total climb, 40 meters in fact.
Pulse rate at the top?
I would say you're shading 10 beats below maximum, 15 beats below maximum, and then you can do that. You can afford to push yourself to those levels, knowing that you're going to get the descent recovery and some recovery before you land on the shooting range.
And certainly for the younger athletes here, their maximum pulse rate in excess of 200, 205, 210 possibly. Bjorn Dahlen, he won't be anywhere near that anymore. Probably, around 180? 220 minus your age, so it would be 180, 185 his maximum.
I'll try and find out from him, but that's an interesting one, of course. But of course, Bjorn Dahlen's been doing 20 years of this at Junior World Championships level, at World Cup level, and 377 starts at World Cup. In fact, 378. Today's is 378th race.
Well, a good move from Pinter. He's gone from 9th up into 6th on that climb alone. He's got another couple of athletes still just in front of him, so an opportunity for Austria to start challenging for a podium finish here, and that would be a real boost to them. 99, remember, it was when they last won here.
This is a big day for Christiansen to be put into the Norwegian World Cup relay team, and it could mean a lot of finance for him. If he's good today, he can make the World Championships team possibly.
Big opportunity. The bigger the opportunity, the more the pressure. Willie Coe. The wind still insignificant. Here's the tough one. Good shooting. great shooting, nice rhythm, one breath in between each, and they all drop down, and he can be buoyed by the fact that the Czech Republic missing 2 early shots. A chance then for Germany to move up and be the challengers. Florian Graf on the 3rd leg for Germany. He's in lane 4. France eventually, but 7-8 seconds given away with that one mistake from Alexei Burf, and he can ill afford that at this stage of the race. Austria now settling for their first shoot on this 3rd leg.
Czech Republic, 1 shot left, 1 target left.
Russia rattling through the targets. Yevgeny Ustigov, no mistake so far for Ustigov. He makes it 5 out of 5 and will almost certainly close. He'll gain positions. He might even close down on the leaders, Norway. We'll give you an update on that. Austria go clear. Good steady shoot. No rush from Freddie Pinter then. And I think Dominic Landertinger will have been pleased to see all 5 drop at the first time of asking. So the top 4 teams now 42 seconds apart, and there's quite a healthy margin, Mike, between 1st and 3rd.
There certainly is so many athletes. There's Italy and Duto having problems with the bullets going into the chamber.
Yeah, the last big win from the Italians, 1993. Duto, as you say, having a few mechanicals, but of course, Italy getting a surprise win in Oberhof last year.
Yeah, that was an excellent day for the Italians and a confidence builder. Duto, I don't know what's happened to him there, but he was taking ages getting out of his lane.
Yeah, these aren't the conditions for the Italians. I think, if my memory serves me right, it was incredibly windy and incredibly misty in Oberhof, as is often the case, and the Italians just held their nerve. They had a very good week and a good individual performance from Lucas Hofer, and of course we go to Oberhof straight after the New Year, so we're looking forward to that as well. Norway, France, the Czech Republic, the leading 3, still anyone's game. Now we just have 2 contending for the lead in this men's 4x7.5 relay. Christiansen of Norway has lost a bit of time to the chasing team. Or I think I'm mistaken. It's one. Norway have started to lap the slower teams. Number 17, that is Japan, with Jungi Nagai 2.5 kilometres behind them now. Well, and that's not unusual, Mike.
Well, Nagai will be pulled out. He will not be allowed to take his next shoot, and that's where the Japanese team will finish today, in that position.
And I guess the same, we're in danger of the same happening to the British team, because they've been on the penalty loop, which they certainly can't afford. On a day like this, they should be able to avoid that.
It's such a pity. Well, Lee Jackson on very good ski form. Such a pity he's had 1 penalty loop in the standing.
France were 18 behind, so the margin actually growing. 6 seconds extra Christiansen has earned himself, and so he can certainly afford 2 misses and still come out with the lead.
Ustigov realising that he has to push this now. The gap is too much. He wants the high step on the podium.
Yeah, Ustigov was 42 behind, so he's lost 6 seconds to Norway as well. Christiansen's making this look very, very easy, Mike. He doesn't look to be pushing at 100%, but maybe it's his fluency that's gaining him time on the rest.
So is, well, that efficiency of movement, and a relay is different. I've said that earlier. Christiansen wasn't showing great pace. He's shooting beautifully, but he was some 1:15 off the fastest pace in the sprint race. Today he's lifted that. He really is pushing it.
Well, the Austrians have done well. They've clawed back 20 seconds on Norway, not in the last loop, but in the last 2 legs. But they're gaining places. Remember, they were down in 17th. Austria now up into 5th position, and are certainly podium potential once again. What a shame about that penalty loop. Dani Mesetic on the first leg in the standing position. If only. Germany in that group as well. And it's a powerful group that will be putting a lot of pressure on each other. France in no man's land at the moment, sitting in 2nd place, 22 seconds behind. And now Alexei Burf starting to claw back some of that time that he's lost to Christiansen. And I think Christiansen's starting to ease up as he prepares for the final stages.
I was thinking there, Christiansen pushed it so hard, but mentioned earlier he's not in the fastest form, so he does need to back off before the stand shoot. On the other hand, Ustigov is in great form. His recovery will be quicker. He can afford to push this climb. The Japanese team still with Christiansen. Of course, they're going for the changeover now, so they might survive a little longer in this race as the leaders go in for their stand shoot.
So Norway still with the lead. Thanks for your emails that have come in over the last couple of days. One from Andre, a regular contributor. He says, where's Lars Berger? Well, we did see Lars up in Ostersund, but he had some pretty poor races. 52nd, 24, 26, I think, were his 3 finishes up there. And I don't think they think that Lars Berger is a potential winner at the moment. So he'll be demoted to the IBU Cup, and he'll leave the World Cup duties to some of the younger athletes. And this is one of them in the picture. And so far, Christiansen has made a very good account of himself. Standing position, we'll get to see where the shots go. I wonder what's going through his mind.
Look at his lower stomach. Far easier to breathe out your lower stomach. Lungs, keeps the chest steady. Dead centre.
Astonishing, absolutely fantastic. The new breed of Norwegian is up to the game. Now the French are under pressure, and it's up to Alexi Berth to match Norway with that shoot if they want to hold on to second position. 2 misses in succession would be bad, but he avoids that. That's okay.
That's okay. There's the breaking of the position. Put the spare round in. Rebuild.
Now, is the first spare easier than the last original?
The first, I think, is easier because you know you've still got 2 chances left. When you're on to the last one, you really have to take it steady. Ustigov, beautiful, amazing.
Yeah, sharp shooting again from Ustigov. That's why he's had 2 top 10 results this weekend already in the sprint and the pursuit. The Austrians, who've been working hard on the tracks, are paying the price now. And with 3 targets remaining, they only have 3 bullets left.
I think Pinter had to take some risk, but he's just pushed it too hard on the track.
Germany clear the 5. The Czech Republic starting to come back into it after a really good start. In fact, that's a good performance by Krupčík, Mike. And they've got Zdeněk Vítek, who's got a massive amount of experience, who takes the last leg for them. So they'll still fancy their chances of a top 3. Germany have work to do, lying in 4th at the moment, but 21 seconds off the Russians in 3rd. Krupčík, 1:06 behind. He could, if he can just latch onto the back of Graf on this final lap, then that will keep them in the running. Ukraine alongside the Italians, and then the Swiss. No sign of the Americans anywhere, Mike. Last I saw, they were down in 18th position.
Just try and pick up on that, the Americans. 18th, you're right. They're still 3:20 off the pace.
Yeah, 1 penalty loop done by the Americans so far. The best shooting of the day. Well, unusually, it's the Norwegians. They've only required 1 spare round so far, and that was Ole Einar Bjorndalen in the standing position.
That's a high-class performance from, 30 shots fired, just 1 spare.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're not more than 30 seconds ahead with that effort.
It's incredible. This will be fast, I would say, from the Swede, Bjorn Ferry.
Carl-Johan Bergman on the last leg for Sweden, when Ferry has finished his job.